Hey, this is Sally coming to you from Orlando, Florida. I have my YouTube channel that talks about reaching for financial freedom and helping people prepare for retirement. This video is going to be a little bit different because it's actually focused more around families, but it also may include some good information about people who may be grandparents and helping raise their children. Most of you probably are aware that just earlier this week, the government has decided to do something that I think is pretty cool, and that is give the child tax credits that families end up getting at tax time, usually in whenever they file their taxes, January, February, March, April, in the new year. But they've made some changes this year, and there's some pretty interesting statistics of why this probably is going to be pretty good for people. The first thing is that starting actually next month, and I think it starts on July 15th, if you have children between the ages of 1 and 17, any child under the age of 18, you're going to start to get the child credit that you have coming to you. Actually, you're going to get it on a monthly basis. So that means that in July, August, September, October, November, and December, 6 months, you are going to get the money that in the past you had to wait until the new tax year, and then you got a lump sum. So that's 6 months worth of that. So it's going to be, I believe, if I understand it correctly, it's going to be for the kids between the age of 1 and 5. You're going to get $300 a month per child. And if they're older than 5, 6 to 17, you're going to get, I think it's $250 per month. So that's a pretty big chunk of money coming into the house that you're going to have instead of having to wait until the end of the year and getting the lump sum. So you might wonder, well, why is that? And I'm going to caution everybody because you're probably going to hear maybe from some family members, or you might hear from neighbors or somebody that's saying, yeah, you're doing great now because the government's bailing you out or the government's giving you a handout. It's not the case. This has been the law for a number of years where the tax credits have always been available to families, which is great. The government is trying to make a difference in families having enough money that they can be taken care of and maybe get out of some debt. So that's been the purpose all along. However, the research is showing that when people get large lump sum amounts of money, a one-time lump sum, it's not actually used, or it's spent in a way that it doesn't benefit them quite as much. So when they've made this choice to give it to the families on a monthly basis, it's to help the families get to a point where they are able to keep up with their bills, don't get behind. Instead of having to pay a late fee for rent every single month, which is actually costing you more, you should have enough money to pay that rent. Instead of not being able to pay your credit card off all in 1 month so you don't pay a large fee. Or anytime you have late fees that you pay extra, a couple things happen. You get behind, your debt grows, and probably the most important thing, when you go out to borrow any money, you go to buy a car or you try to purchase something and they do a credit check, your credit is not as good as maybe the person behind you in line, and they're going to charge you more in interest. So this new method of payment, which is not giving you anything more than you would have gotten anyway, it's just the payment schedule is different. So when you get this money and it's on this monthly basis, you should be able to get yourself to a point where it's very helpful to not get behind. And that's kind of the point. So Be sure that when you do get this money, you're careful with it, you're responsible with it, learn about it, learn how you can get out of the debt. And I will tell you, if you, this video and this YouTube channel that I do is really to help people prepare for retirement. So as a young family, and if you're in debt your entire life, it's probably hard to have a lot of extra money for savings. So this is going to be kind of a test for you to make sure that you maybe take that advantage. So if you've got $900 extra per month because you've got 3 kids under the age of 5 or under, take a couple $100s and put it away for a rainy day. Get those bills paid off. Doesn't say you can't have some fun or enjoy some things. No one's suggesting that, but it's giving you an opportunity to get back kind of on top of things. So like I said, the first payment's going to come out starting July 15th. If you haven't gotten a letter yet, there will be one coming from the government explaining things. There are certain criteria that you do have to qualify for. If you've gotten it in the past, you're probably good to go. You probably don't have to worry about it. Another kind of important thing is, and this really goes to the retirement community too, those of you that are grandparents and you have those children living in your house and you're paying most of the bills, along with having the parents of those children, which are your children, living in the house and you're helping them, you could qualify for this tax credit as well. That again isn't anything different, but a lot of times grandparents, just because they love their families so much, are there to kind of help take care of them. If you got that extra money, even if you took some of that money and put it in a savings account for your child, that when they get to a good point that they're ready to move out and have their family, in a home on their own, you might be able to help them with that. So don't shortchange yourself. If you are the grandparent, you're paying most of the bills, you've got some earned income, and many people get to the point they become grandparents and they're in their retirement years and they're pretty excited about maybe not working like they used to or whatever, and then they can't afford to do anything in retirement because they've been the ones helping everybody else. So in this video below it, I will have a description of some of the things that I'm talking about, and I'll have the schedule of when you're going to get the money. I believe what I read was that the money is going to come the 15th, starting on the 15th of July, and then every month, sometime around the middle of the month. But if you haven't gotten it, like I said, a letter from the government, be sure to check that out. Look for that. If you've never gotten the tax credit in the past, but you deserve it, you need to jump on it right away. Some people are, I've got some friends that I know that they're real proud of not paying taxes. Well, if you don't pay the taxes, you're not going to get a refund on your taxes through a child tax credit. So don't shortchange yourself is the bottom line. So again, I will put the description of the things that I've talked about. And what I will say is there's a lot of different situations going on. What happens if the family's divorced? Can the parents that are divorced, can they each claim half of them, or can one claim 1 month and one the next month? Pretty sure that's not the case. But you need to be looking at what works for your family. Grandparents, the same thing. I'm not going to put all the details there because I want you guys to go and check it out and be sure that what you're getting ready to get and that you have coming for you, that you actually are on track for what you're going to be getting. So also my YouTube videos are meant to help people with retiring and saving money and reaching financial freedom. And so it'd be really beneficial to me if you could click the button below, subscribe, and then you'll get the videos that when I do a new YouTube video. And be sure to check the bell if you want to be notified. So that's all I have for today. Congratulations to the families. I think it's a phenomenal opportunity to help families kind of get back on track if they've gotten a little, behind with the debt and so forth. COVID, is appearing to wind down a little bit. People are getting back to work, and this can end up being a really good year for everybody. We've got 6 months left, and I wish everybody the best. So thank you, and take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. Bye now.